Welcome to Pick Two Rips, where you can win two cards randomly picked by me at the end. I'm Nicholas, and today I got an interesting thing. Real estate sale box of cards for $5, kind of random, and they're all kind of jumbled, but they look to be in okay condition. I don't know if I'll get a 10 out of here, but I'm gonna see what I can find. I'm just going to pull them out, kind of go through them and make little stacks. And if I get some good ones, I will sleeve them. So there's a Mike Bielecki rated rookie. That's interesting. Dan Marino. That's a pretty good card, actually. That's funny. Sleeve that. Put the football over here. Let's see. I don't know. Is that Ryan Sandberg? Nope. Bob Boone. Baseball. Cornelius Bennett rookie. It's a little dinged up, but that's a pretty cool card. I'll sleeve that up. Deion Sanders. That's a cool card too. That's a little chewed up, but that's a cool card. Alvin Davis. Newer card. Jonas Valanciunas. That's cool. Looks like Skybox Premium. Who's this? Leroy. Can't read that. Horde. Leroy Horde. Okay. Joe Montana. That's pretty beat up, though. Man, that's a cool card. Chris Olave. That's a pretty recent card. That's funny that these are all just different cards from different eras. Eli Manning. That's an actually pretty cool card, and it's in good shape. 2018 Panini Absolute. Might sleeve that up. And Jaquan Brisker Sage card. Okay. Saw a Charles Barkley in here, so that was kind of interesting on the top, so that made me interested to see what was in here. Taylor Hearn. John Hazley. Upper Deck, 1990. Jeff Reed. Rise Hoskins. Ken Daly. Don Paul. Gene Harris. Tumari Kamara, rated rookie. That's interesting. Cliff Robinson. That's a 90 Flair. Let's see, what is this? Top Stadium Club. Import. Olden Polonies. Huh. Okay. Hensley Mullins. Todd Van Poppel. That would have been a good card way back in the day. Vernon Maxwell. Harold Presley. Willie Randolph. Kevin Willis. John Starks. That's kind of a cool card. NBA Hoops. Pipeline. And then it's got Tim Legler on the back. That's an interesting card. And Tracy Murray, draft pick. And Ramondre Stevenson. Cool. Okay. So mostly baseball looks like. Lou Whitaker. Todd Steverson. Jason LaRue. Al Green. That's an interesting card. LSU. I'll have to look up some of these cards. Jerry Rice. That's a good one. Looks pretty recent though. It's okay. Jerry Rice is sleeve worthy. Let's see. What else do we got here? Hey, that's cool. Next card was a Larry Bird. It's a little chewed up on the corners. This was a hard year. If you didn't get it fresh out of the pack and put it into a sleeve, kind of out of luck. Let's see. Sean Lowe. Johnny Ray. Tom Brady. Wow, that's cool. Score 2005. That's a cool card. Take it. Nice. Tracy Murray. Triple Threat. Burrell. Scott Burrell. James Wiseman. Placido Polanco. Kevin Garnett. That's in pretty good shape. That's a neat card. Let's leave that one. Cool. I'd say this was worth $5 for sure. Terry Catledge. Harold Miner, Baby Jordan. It's a little dinged up. It's a cool card though. Johnny Newman. What is this? Upper Deck. Sonic Ride Storm Defense Top Pacific Division. That was an interesting card. Tom Chambers All-Star. That's cool. Troy Brown Jr. Rookie. I don't know about all these cards. I'm going to have to do a lot of research on some of these cards. Because I got out of the sports cards for a while. So here's a card in a sleeve. I wonder if Auden Tate. Let me know if any of these cards are good too in the comments if you know, because I'm not too sure about these cards. Oh, this is his rookie card. So, Auden Tate, that's cool. Let's see. Trent Tucker. Don Nelson throwback. I don't know who that is. Joey Browner. American card. That's actually kind of cool, and that's in really good shape. I wonder. I might just sleeve that for the heck of it. It says, "We pray for safe return of all Americans involved in Operation Desert Storm and for peace throughout the world." Man, that's a really cool card. I think I'm going to keep that card. That's neat. So, Keibert Ruiz, Carson Wentz, Drake London, Harry Hamilton. There's an old 85 Mike Bilecki. That's the same two cards. That was the first card I put down, wasn't it? It's the same card. What's the chances? That's funny. They must have been a Mike Bilecki collector. Hey, that's in pretty good shape. Charles Barkley, 93-94 Flair. I don't know if that's worth much, but it's cool. Charles Barkley. The other one I saw was a different card, so we'll see that one a little later probably. Let's see if I can straighten these out a little bit without wrecking them. Well, I don't know. I'm not doing very good. Okay, Andre Davis, Mike Jorgensen, 85 tops. That's cool. This is an old card. Chris Welch, Noah Syndergaard, Monty Williams, Morton Anderson, sorry. That's a cool card. MVP, Maurice Taylor. That's a cool card. Kevin Gamble. Craig Biggio. That's a cool card. He was good. The same Deion Sanders card. A little bit better shape, but whitening on the corners. A mini card. Floyd Dixon. That's kind of cool. Hey, Brett Favre. 94. That was, what, his third or fourth year? That's a cool card. I like that. Playoff. Actually. Oral Hershiser. Fred Lynn. Sam Clancy. Chris Singleton. John Elway. So funny. These people just tossed all these. There's some actually kind of good cards in here, like big names. Like this Eric Metcalf. Like, I can't believe how they just threw him in a Kevin Mitchell, threw him in a box so they'll rumble around like that. Tim Hudson. Baseball checklist. Jeff Leonard. That's an old one. 1981 Fleer. That's pretty cool. Okay. Tito. Future Stars. I don't think anybody's that good in there. Joe Rudy. Pat Terrell. Anthony Richardson. 2023 rookie. That's a pretty good card. I don't think it'll get a 10. It's got a little dinged up corner, but it's pretty cool. Here's the Charles Barkley I was thinking. It's a little rough around the edges, but it's a cool card. Leon White. Steve Jeltz. Jeff George. That's a cool card. Larry Johnson. That's a neat card. Buzzer Beater. Let's leave that one. The one after it's a pretty good card too. Jose Canseco. That's cool. There's a sleeve in here. Mark Ingram. Charles Barkley again. Larry Bird. This one's in a little better shape. well, it's got a little surface scratch, but it's, other than that, that was in a pretty good condition. So, Charles Oakley, Hakeem Olajuwon, Center Stage Skybox. That's a little dinged up. There's another Charles Barkley, and a Patrick Ewing. Man, a lot of good cards in here. Super Bowl card. I don't know. Man. I don't want these to get messed up more, so I think I'll sleeve them all. Got enough standing up, though. Charles Barkley. A lot of Charles Barkleys in here. And a Patrick Ewing, huh? That's pretty cool. All right. So, Kent Herbeck, 84 tops. Batting and pitching leader, Ken Schramm. That's a cool card. Let's see. Tony Bennett. Tim Hamulek. John Davis. League leader Elvis Gerback. Patrick Ewing. That's actually in really good shape. I'm going to have to go through and check all these after I do this video. Make sure which ones are in good shape and which ones aren't. Pokemon something. League leaders Drew Brees. That's already in a sleeve. That's a weird sleeve. It's got black on the back. Oh well. Brett Favre, Don Russ, a little wrinkled. Robin Yount, that's cool. A little dinged up. Hall of Famer though, that's cool. I wasn't expecting this many good cards in here, man. This is great. Ryan Wheeler. Tom Hare, Rodney Hampton, Charles Barkley, that one's a little messed up. Larry Johnson, rookie. I think that's a little off-center, but that's kind of cool. Johnny Taylor, Lamar Jackson, that's a cool card. Antonio Pittman. Oh, yep. Another Charles Barkley. Wow, these people really like Charles Barkley. 2 in a row. Quincy Wilson. Donovan McNabb. I don't know what that is. SI, Sports Illustrated Kids Topps card. It's kind of cool though. Bill Parcells, coach card. That's cool. Trey Sterling. Probably about halfway done or more. This is going to be ending up to be a big, long video. But this is kind of cool. Roger Craig. He was cool. Percy Snow. Derek Alexander. Sauce Gardner. Sage card. 2 of them. That's funny. Reggie Jackson. That's cool. That's a recent score, though. That's a cool card. Might sleeve that. Just because it's Reggie Jackson. Mr. October, he was the man. Terry Steinbach. Steve Comer. Mario Soto, Gary Lucas, Robert Massey, Superstars, Kellen Winslow, Ricky Prohl, John Curtis, Chris Wormley, Charlie Lee. Oh, there's a few cards in here. Charlie Lee, Luis Salazar, 2 Luis Salazars. They're actually in pretty good shape. I wonder if those are worth anything. That's funny. This one is centered, so yeah. What the heck? For 85, that's in pretty good shape. Let's see here. Another Dan Marino. Cool. Dave Craig. Another Dan Marino. That's in good shape. 90 Flair. Sean Kemp. Dunk card. Olden Pollinates. Hakeem Olajuwon. Chris Burkett. Tyreek Hill. Another one of those Deion Sanders cards. Oh my gosh. That's 3 of the same exact card. Well, we're getting there. Hey, I see one of my favorite players in there. Chuck Porter. Skybox. Charles Barkley. It's in pretty good shape. Yeah, I was kind of scared because you never know how these cards are going to be. Just, hey, oh my gosh. An autograph card. Are you kidding me? That's crazy. It's got a little bit of smudge on it. There we go. Zach Dysert, Leaf Draft. That needs a little cleaned up, but that's so funny. That's the coolest card out here for sure. An autograph. That is pretty cool. Here's another Donovan McNabb. Same one. Wow, this is pretty funny. I never expected all these cards in here. What is this? Topps Total. Brett Favre. Award winners. That's a pretty cool card too. Put that in a sleeve. Man, glad I cut a bunch of sleeves for this. Alfonso Ellis, he was okay. Boomer Esiason. Bobby Mercer. Pat Putnam. LeBron McLean. Lynn James. Steve Renko. Willie Wilson. Carson Strong. Looks like there's a few cards in here. A couple cards in here again. Like they've done that a couple times. Storm Davis. That's a cool name. Those are 2 cool cards. There's some neat cards in here. Nothing outstanding, like maybe even worth grading, but definitely worth $5. Pretty cool. Sean Williams. Randall Cobb. Mike Armstrong. Eli Manning. That's a cool card. Ken Forsch. All right, what do we got here? Drew Brees. They must have liked Drew Brees. He's getting old. What is this? Topps Total. Okay. Let's see. This is my last stack, I think. All right. David Robinson. Oh man, it's got a big old crease on it. That's a bummer. That's a cool card though. A Magic card. What the heck's... Well, if you're into Magic, let me know. I can send that to you. Robert Massey. Dave Craig. Aaron Rodgers. These are cool. I wonder what year this was. 2018. That was a nice card. It was in pretty good shape too. 2018. Mark Rippon, Man of the Year. That's a cool card. Reggie Jackson, a real Reggie Jackson card. That's in really good shape. That's nice. 88 Flair, I think. Yeah, that's a crazy card. Julius Jones. Hakeem Olajuwon. Let's see, who's this? Joey Galloway. Wayman Tisdale. He was okay. John Mechie. All right. Well, that was pretty cool. I definitely think this is the coolest card I got. Zach Dysert. I've never heard of him, but I'm going to have to check him out and look into him. That's a pretty cool card. I like that. And got to pick the 2 cards that I'm giving away. I think I'm going to do that one. And let's see in here. What the heck? Tom Brady. All right. So Tom Brady and Larry Johnson. If you comment those 2 names, you'll be entered in the giveaway. If you're still here, thanks for watching. This was probably my longest video ever, but this was kind of fun. Hope you enjoyed. 7-day or 30 comments, I'll randomize a winner and get these in the mail to you. Make sure your notifications are on and check out my eBay link for sports cards and other cool stuff. Have a great day.